Alright, so we've decided to tackle the disaster, and we're just peeling back the shingles, and I don't like the way that looks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I bet you it's gonna look like this all the way over here.
That looks awful. That doesn't even look like a board.
And look, it's
No,
like,
don't do that. Who knows how much of that's rotten?
it's completely gone. That's why I said don't step around here. It's gone. Oh, look at that. It burnt. It looks like it's been on fire. Oh, termite. Run, ants. Those are ants.
Oh, you better. Okay, what can we spray on those? You want
Oh,
to go
the
get
ants
some?
are termites. It's got eggs.
Hello and welcome to our Retire Early lifestyle, where a retired couple bought a cheap old house and are fixing it up without a pile of cash. We didn't know what to expect after we took apart the disaster on the roof, but here we go. We took apart the rotted roof to discover termites and their millions of little eggs making their cozy little home in our roof wood. The people that were in this home before us did a poor roofing repair job, which caused the roof to collect water, which then caused the termites to begin making their nests there. So now we need to get rid of these little wood destroyers before they eat the whole roof. Before we repaired the roof, we sprayed vinegar mixed with water on the ants and their nesting areas, and it was working very well. They hate that acidic stuff. It actually suffocates them. So as you can see from the next videos, after removing the rotted wood, the hole in our roof was actually bigger than we thought. Here's more details.
Here's the hammer.
So that's the disaster. And just to give you guys a good shot of that, because you can see, because I had a guy say I don't have any construction experience, and it isn't necessary, but there are certain principles, like when it comes to holes with, you know, especially water damage, you're usually just looking at the tip of the iceberg. And as you can see, this is way bigger than you could originally discern. So, yeah, I mean, I did suspect it was going to be something like this. Hey, I'm back in my office. I've got many offices. I got a beach office, and I got this amazing office right here. And today I'm getting ready to finalize this. Take a look. I patched this roof here. I'm going to tell you something about what I did here. You'll recall I wasn't sure if I was going to put the filler on it, the crack filler, and then seal it with that white sealer right there, or if I was going to do the roof patch. I decided to do the roof patch because it was such a huge indentation. Now once we got into it, I showed you earlier that it was a bunch of rotten wood. I'm glad I didn't go with the crack filler, not just because it would have used half of the small bucket, but because it's like putting a patch on a flat tire. I mean, yeah, not that, but I don't know what the parallel would be, but I want you to know this. I want to tell you two things about that patch. Number one, it cost me $0. That patch cost me $0. Yes, I've got all the shingles and everything. And the number two thing is that I broke all the rules. Now, I'm not gloating that I broke all the rules. You know, I'm sure there's people who say, oh, that's not how you do it. You shouldn't have done it that way. It's going to collapse. It's going to leak. It's going to this, that. But remember, I'm just wanting to hold this roof off until I can get the metal roofing on it. Okay, so that's the whole idea here. So I used all scrap wood I had already around here. I already had the liquid nails. I didn't even use any roof nails. Uh-oh, big no-no. I said I broke all the rules. But again, this just has to hold till I get that metal roof up here. And then the shingles, somebody on Facebook donated. They had a bundle of shingles. Amazing. So I just wanted you to see that I was able to do a roof patch there for $0, and I broke all the rules. Again, I'm not gloating, so I am going to seal it. So and normally I would have got the nails and put the nails in, but I wanted to finish it because the weather here is like, it's kind of like Cuenca, Ecuador, where you might get 2 or 3 days of sun, and then you're going to get some rain. And oh, by the way, we got a they say there's a weather warning because it's going to be 90 degrees. Well, we used to live in not that far from South Carolina. I used to get in the hundreds. This July, and you used to get over 100. Almost every summer got at least 98 to 100, and sometimes it would go to 102, or even at times even 104. But that was way before 2020. Nowadays we got these advisories. We got to watch out because it's going to be 90. Better watch out. A lot of people might not know that if they're new to the channel, we spent 13 years just living abroad and traveling. And just 13 whole years. That's not like 2 years. And you know, you see these videos, what do I think about America after 1 month in Italy? Come on, give me a break. You know, these are just, and I don't know, they you know, people like this make all the money on YouTube, and they're getting hundreds of thousands of views. It's just a fantasy.
The fantasy is, these are just hypey video titles to get people to click. There is no culture shock when people come back to the US after being abroad. It is what it is. But you will be in shock when you go abroad because you really don't know what you're getting yourself into.
I'm just saying, look, this is what happened. This is what it was like. You know, it's like over here, I can sit at home and order that crack filler, and I even ordered the sealant, and it all comes to your door just like that in a few days, maybe a week. You know, whether it's Amazon, eBay, or wherever you buy it online, you just sit at home and you order what you need. It comes here and you get the job done. Over there, number one, you can't get stuff. Well, I'll tell you a short story, can I? Just bear with me, just a short story. I went to the big box store over there in Cuenca, Ecuador. I was going to paint my rental bedroom my wife's favorite color. So I went to the big box store to get the paint, and of course this was when we kind of first got there, so my Spanish, I didn't have any Spanish, just a few words. So this was during the time when they were really trying to cater to the gringos, because it was right in the middle of they were just starting out with their big time promotion about the reason why everybody in the world should retire in Ecuador, because it was the best place to retire on a budget. I asked the guy, he spoke really good English, and I said, I just want to make sure I don't get flat paint. I want to make sure I get at least semi-gloss or gloss paint. There was no English on it. You come here and it's like English, Spanish, but you go there, it's just Spanish, just a local language. Okay, so I was happy to have the bilingual. He said, yes, this is gloss or semi-gloss, whatever it was, because it was years ago. So I went home and opened a paint can and started painting, and it's flat. It's not semi-gloss, it's not gloss, it's flat. And I'm like, what in the world? Stuff like that just makes you really appreciate, like you're here, you know, and you order stuff, and it's just how convenient and simple everything is. Oh, and Angie, my wife Angie, just today was telling me, I guess she was just looking into her email and got an email and saw a post. We still get the old gringo posts in our email from down there in Cuenca, Ecuador, and there's gringos, you know, Americans posting on the online, you know, news in English, made specifically for gringos, that he would pay a certain amount of money for people to bring him stuff in their suitcase. I mean, stuff you buy from eBay or whatever. No hanky-panky, nothing funny. And just people like this all the time. And I used to do it all the time. I was really, really melancholy. That's the word somebody used in the comments. People are melancholy in the big cities in Italy, he said. And I'm thinking how I was melancholy when I couldn't order stuff and couldn't have what I wanted or needed when I was in Ecuador. And I even made videos about it. And so once in a while, somebody would pop up, they'd be watching our videos, and they'd say, I'll help you out, I'm coming to Ecuador, I'll bring you whatever you want, order something from eBay, whatever. So I found, I'm a kind of a treasure hunter, and I put a lot of hours into that if I'm really, really looking for some treasure. And I found like this valuable piece of jewelry, watch, jewelry, whatever, combo. But I found it for just a few bucks. But it was valuable, it was worth much more than what I was paying for it. So I said, okay, I got this item from eBay. Would you please bring it when you come here next month? So I ordered it, and this sounded like a trustworthy person. You know, at first it sounded like, I'll bring you stuff, I've been watching your videos, and it just goes to show that over the internet you just never can be too careful with people, even when they've been friendly for a long time. Once she got the watch and saw, I don't know, maybe either she fell in love with it or she realized the value of it, or both, and she decided, and well, she said, oh, my mom got sick, I'm not coming anymore, here, let me send you the money for this. And she didn't even, she sent me like 90% of the money, so she didn't even send me the whole amount, and she kept the watch and never answered or spoke to me again. And I thought, you know, I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. Why would people treat other people that way? And it was just the disappointment, the melancholy of being defrauded out of this item I really wanted. I just saw that thing and I thought, man, this would make a really good gift. And so, because I'm usually not buying stuff for myself, and you know, and it was crazy. I've literally had people bring me in Ecuador stuff from the US, Amazon, whatever, dead on arrival, and you're paying like, you know, whatever, and you can't ship it back from Ecuador to postage cost. Just to say that life is so much different in America, and I know a lot of people love to hate on America right now. It's just so popular. So here we are, just fixed my roof for free. I could leave it like that, but I want to put the sealer on. So I think I'm just going to seal it right now. So and just call it a day and say, wow, we accomplished something for no money except for the sealant. The sealant, I've got $200 in all the sealant for the roof, and that hopefully will allow me to just put the big expense off till later. So I'm going to do that now. So here we go. So I hope you enjoyed my stories, my reminiscing of our life abroad as it compares to coming back to America after 13 years. I have to say, you might think, what is so much fun that you're sitting here working on your roof? I'm actually enjoying the whole experience of being back and being able to get things done, and being able to get them done in such an effective and economical manner. Because people say, I can't afford to live in America, I have to go to Ecuador. When I used to do consulting, you know, I had single women alone that were like, well, all I have is $1,300 a month Social Security check, you know, plus some savings. Well, take a look. You know, this is it. Social Security budget plus some savings. That's us.